Hello everyone, it's Steph. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to my channel where I post daily about spirituality, healing, and growth. So right now we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the chaos that's going on in the world. What do we have? We have COVID-19. We have a lot of racial tension going on in the world. And just a lot of other political things that are going on in the world. Right now, it is more important than ever to be educated. I don't mean just educated related to a formal education or educated relating to all of the things that you see in the media. I mean educated at a much deeper level. Because if we're being honest, the stuff that we learn in our formal education is really just shaped to, allow us to be able to take on a role in this economic machine. And the things that we see in the media and the news are often and more likely than not false or propaganda, or they're a part of some narrative that the people who are at the top echelon of power and authority in this society want us to believe. It's about to start raining, so I'm probably going to have to make this video short, but right now more than ever is a time to be educated. And when I mean by education, I mean to be in a place of continual learning. Now, to reach a form of true education, the foundation of that journey has to be self-care and self-love. We have to prioritize taking care of ourselves, because the more that we take care of ourselves and love ourselves and maintain ourselves, the more inclined we will be toward truth and justice and wanting to grow and learn. Okay, so I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. The more inclined we would be toward knowing the truth of what's going on in our society. I'm going to need an award for this video because it's about to start raining, so I'm still making this happen. The more inclined we will be toward truth and want to know what's going on in our society, because the things in our world affect us. It affects our quality of life, our daily lives. It affects our families, our goals, and ultimately the things going on in the world. It just affects mankind as a whole. So when I say right now is more important than ever to be educated, it's more important than ever to be aware of what's going on around you, aware of what's going on in the world, not really accepting the popular narrative that the media wants us to believe and wants us to accept. I'm not really just accepting what you hear from your peers or what you hear at work, but it's time to be in a place of doing your own research about what's going on in the world, doing your own research pertaining to your health and what you're putting in your body, because there's a lot of corruption going on in the world with our media, even with COVID. There's a reason that these hospitals and medical facilities are receiving extra money for diagnosing people as having COVID. So that's why we're seeing a lot of people die, and they're just listing the deaths as COVID. There's a reason that there's so many cancerous and harmful products and chemicals in our foods and consumer products, and it's legal. So basically, we kind of just look over the fact that we're being legally poisoned. These companies who make our food, who makes our consumer products, even who makes some of our medicines, they're legally poisoning us, and it's acceptable to our government. So it's really become time that we do our own research. You need to be in a place of doing your own research, educating yourself. The time for ignorance has passed, because this illusion that we've lived in society as far as being safe and this American dream and get rich and that's the grand ultimate purpose in life, it's past. And the world and society that we see, that we've become accustomed to, is falling. It's literally falling. So there's a lot going on as far as COVID and racial tension, but just keep this in mind. Over the years we've seen a pattern that what they put in the media and the narratives that they put in the media, it keeps all of us divided and in conflict with one another. The thing about it is, for as long as the people of the world don't unite, then the people who are in power of control of the masses and make all of the decisions for the masses stay in control. So literally, in order for these governments and these systems of power to continue to exist, they must keep us divided. Because when the people unite and raise to a higher vibration of love and unity and peace with each other and working together and looking out for one another, when we raise to that higher vibration, the power, the authorities and power control will lose control. They will lose that power over us, that dominion over us, because we will no longer submit to their corrupted systems, to their corrupted organizations that they literally conditioned us and structured us to depend upon. We depend upon them for their education. We depend upon them for their medicines. We depend upon them to provide our foods and our water and our consumer products. And this is why they stay in control. This is why our food industry is a business partner of our medical industry. The food makes us sick, and the medicine, it keeps us addicted. It keeps us coming back. It treats symptoms, but it doesn't cure. So it keeps us coming back. And like it works in a continuous cycle of keeping us sick and needing medicine that doesn't cure us. And then what does the medicine do? It just creates more side effects that have to be treated with other medicines that have to be treated with other medicines. So I say all of this, it's time for, on the surface, we see a lot of chaos in the world, but it's actually a great thing happening with mankind right now. As a race of people and as a civilization, we're shifting into a higher consciousness of being. We're shifting into a higher awareness, and people are tired. People are tired of this place that we've been living in, as far as all of the hate, the division, all the corrupted power and control. People are tired. People want truth. People want justice, and light is beginning to shine on all of the darkness in the world, and these dark things are becoming exposed. The things that are going on behind the scenes in our politics and our secret agencies and our secret societies and things like that. The things that are going on in these dark circles and Hollywood and celebrities and things like that, things are truly starting to come to light. So as this world that we've known is beginning to crumble from around us, all the way from politics to Hollywood to celebrities and all of this stuff, it's important right now that we really focus on self-care, that we really begin to go inside, that we really begin to know ourselves, to love ourselves, to take care of ourselves, that we really begin to educate ourselves, do our own due diligence and research to know what is going on in the world around us, so that we can best take care of ourselves and our family with the resources that we do have. Because it's urgent. What's more urgent than health? What's more urgent than well-being? That is the true wealth. The time where we worship material and we worship superficiality and we worship vanity, those days are over with. Those days are over with, because as we can see, something like a pandemic can literally obliterate the world as we know it. It can obliterate the economy, and it has obliterated the lifestyles of many people in the world today. A lot of people have lost their businesses, a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people have lost their only means to provide for their family, and they're suffering right now. And what we see in the news and the media, all we see from politics is that it's almost like a puppet show. It's almost like jokes. How hard is it for humans to love one another? How are we so intelligent but we can't master that simple principle? Love one another. Do as unto another as you would have another do unto you. We can't master that, but somehow we have all of the answers. When we look in the media and the politics and the politicians, it's nothing but chaos. And if they're distracting us with all of this racial tension, because just think about this. COVID-19 was everything that you saw on the news and media and social media for like 2 months straight. Then all of a sudden, the racial tension stuff is happening, and like they literally just stopped talking about COVID. You got to think about it. So now the whole thing is race, and now we keep seeing incident after incident after incident. This is how the media works. They point us in the direction, and we like sheep, we just go. We go wherever they point. We go over their point. We have to begin to step back and look at a whole picture and see how we're literally being controlled with these different narratives. So you got to think. Now, I'm not saying that the stuff that we're seeing is not real, but we need to begin to question more the origin and the true source of why this stuff is happening. We need to begin to ask why. We need to begin to ask why the powers to be who controls the media is pointing us in these different directions. Why is this stuff happening? And we need to begin to pay attention to the intentionality of the narratives of our media, and we need to begin to pay attention to the inconsistencies and also the behaviors of our governments and the media stories and all of that stuff, because if you begin to pay attention, you will really start to see the world for what it is. If you really begin to do your own research and to take care of yourself and to love yourself and to raise your own vibration and to open, you know, your third eye or your intuition or anything, you just strengthen your spiritual senses, you will really begin to see the world for more of what it actually is, and you will really begin to see clearly the things that are going on around you. You will no longer be in that slumber and that sleep of believing the illusion, which is the matrix that we live in today. So I just want to encourage everybody out there to begin to educate yourself, do your own research, do your own due diligence, begin to really go within and meditate, to get to know yourself, to get to know the divine source, so that you will get more of the truth about what's going on in life, to really get to know yourself at a higher and deeper level, to really get in tune with nature and, you know, experience the oneness that we are with all of creation and everybody around us, to really raise your spiritual frequency to a higher level and a higher vibration, so that you will maybe find more peace and healing and connection with your divine purpose and fulfilling that on earth. Because life is much more meaningful than all of the vanity that we have come to worship, than all of the superficiality and, you know, false idols and false gods that we have come to look up to. You know, life is more meaningful than that. And all of the vanity in the world, if we gain all of the riches in the world, we cannot take them with us when we die. So we have to begin to really question and to research and to look out and to seek deep within ourselves what really matters. Thank you for watching this video. I'm just here to help you think a little bit broader and wider. Please stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, because I do post videos daily. Thank you for bearing with me through this video. It started to rain, but it stopped. So this was a little bit makeshift, but thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.